Bam! What is up with the squad? It's your favorite on TV Uncle Tendencies in the building. Cess Talk Sports presents now joining the conversation. Coach Ro, what's up, Coach? What's up? What's up? What's
What's
up?
up? What's
It's
up?
March Madness. Day
Yeah,
two. Day two of the Conference Tourneys, man. What's
yeah.
happening? Ain't seen you in a minute. What's good? What's good?
No,
How are
hey,
you?
I'm back in the cut. You know, we talk behind the scenes, got some things going on, but I'm still watching what's going on in these games. Big things going on. Other than that, great content, great games so far. And I want to start with sheesh. Let's start with mess my bracket up.
Oh yeah, man. Bracket going.
Well, I thought I was going to be pretty spot on.
It depends. It depends. Some brackets gone. Some brackets gone. Some brackets.
My
I'm perfect. I'm perfect on the SEC bracket.
Okay, yeah, but here, I'm disappointed in the. Okay, I watched the Georgia Arkansas game.
Mm-hmm. Let's go Georgia.
Yeah, and again, sentimentally, when I was looking at the bracket, I said, yeah, because of the Twins, I want to pick them. But I said, nah, as I've been watching Georgia, I'm like, nope. And I've been watching Arkansas. I'm like, nah, this is kind of like a pick 'em to me. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna go with Arkansas. Looked like the plan was working. Arkansas was up by almost double digits with about 3 minutes left.
Coach, you broke the rule.
I know.
In the pick 'em, you supposed to go with your people.
I know, but see, I don't know. I gotta talk to you and MJ Lover more. I don't know nothing about talk bet. I don't know. I'm uneducated.
In a pick 'em, you go with your people. I don't know if that got anything to do with bets. I'm just telling you how. In a pick 'em, you go with your people.
But I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, Higginbottom gave them 38.
Mm-hmm. In an L.
38.
Wasn't enough Higginbottoms.
But I'm looking at the coach, and I'm like, Coach.
That's what somebody said in the chat. I didn't say that. That's what somebody said in the chat earlier.
No.
I ain't been asleep yet, so it's all one day to me.
Yeah, she had 38. She gave him 38, and I'm like, okay, but I'm watching the flow of the game, and I'm like, Coach, why is anybody else even touching the ball at this point? Your other players have proven they can't score. And Georgia was sharing the ball and playing team basketball.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you another reason why I picked Georgia, because I finally understood. I don't know if you were here. I said I some of the heat off of Georgia's coach's seat because she's starting 5 freshmen. So by now, the freshmen should be not freshmen anymore. They should ready to be sophomores. They're at the end of they finished their first season of college basketball. Now they're ready to play some tournament basketball. So they should be much different players than they were at the beginning of the season. So I just said, you know what? For everything that they stuck out, I've been seeing them play some close games. I've been watching Georgia here recently, right? Like really,
me too.
Yeah. So I see. I'm going with my people. I'm going with my people.
And now that you mentioned that, though, Seth, maybe it's because who they were playing. It was like you, and I'm not being funny. You kind of knew they were going to lose the game. It was certain games that I watched, but it was. I see what you saw. They've been progressing and doing better, as far as their. But is it time for Mike Neighbors to go, Arkansas head coach?
Where are you going?
Somewhere else.
Why? Why would he have to go somewhere else?
That was unacceptable last night. Unacceptable.
Why?
You were in full control of that game. And the coaching that he was doing in that game, even on the side, I'm looking like, dude, you got players that are very cold, drawing up plays for them, shooting air balls.
Mm-hmm.
You got a player that's absolutely hot on fire, can't miss. And let me be clear, I'm not a Higginbottom supporter or nothing like that, but I'm not going to hate on her either. She's had her moments. But how do you lose that game? Yeah, see, that's Cole said in the chat. Mike Neighbors is gone. Inexcusable. You gotta go. You have to go. This is a 13-12 matchup. This was your only way to salvage a season, which was very subpar. I mean, again, you are in the SEC, the toughest conference, and this may have been your only chance to try to get some type of love, to get, some type of recognition, and you lose like that. It's the way he lost, Seth. That's what I'm looking at. You was up almost double digits, and you lose that
What
game.
happened?
He was just on the side looking like this. Look, he's doing like this.
You silly. I ain't got time. I'm not doing that with you right now. I'm not doing that with you.
He was like this. That's what he started doing. And I looked up and I said, wait a minute.
I'm not fooling with you right now.
See, S-Dot said, to be fair, he was gone before this game. But S-Dot, you got to at least try to salvage your position. Because when I looked over and I'm like, oh, man, I'm like, what the coach going to do? And he was like, look, Seth.
I ain't got time. I'm not looking at you right now. I'm not looking at you.
That's what he was doing. Anybody that's here, 17 up in here, we need 17 likes. Let's get that out the way.
Here we go.
But look at here. If y'all watch that game, throw a 2 in the chat if I'm telling the truth on what Mike Neighbors was doing during that game when they started losing the lead and getting washed. What was he doing? Was he doing like this?
I don't want to do. I'm not doing that with you today. I'm not. It's too early for that.
I'm like, what is he doing?
You want him to salvage ashes? That's my ass off. That seat is burnt.
Yeah, he out of there. That's it's true.
Well, I mean, okay, so you had fun with Neighbors. Who I enjoyed watching was So Kelly, so from hands on knees to having to watch Tennessee put that 40-point whooping in on them in person, and then having to talk about it live, and then it was just the faces. It was that. It was that face for me that really was like, oh, Kelly, it's really hard for you right now. And watching this. So you was watching Mike Neighbors. I like to watch Kelly in the conversation at halftime in the post game. So there's that for me. That's where my focus is at. So
yeah, 40 was a surprise. I wasn't predicting.
What?
I wasn't
because they 3-ball hadn't traveled nowhere. They didn't have no frequent flyer miles on that 3-ball, and then it just showed up. It showed up.
But 40?
And I mean,
come on.
Well, I'm glad to know it sounds like Joni's seat is safe because I thought her seat was on fire. You hear me? I thought her seat was on fire, but I hear that she's okay. I hear that allegedly she's okay.
About that though, we all said it should be because of what was done for her to be there. It's probably not.
No, that's not what I said. No. I've been hollering it. No, I was wrong because I've been hollering this on fire for quite a long time. I thought she saved it with the Kentucky win, and I thought she lost it along the way again with some losses that was like, come on, Joni. Even with Koulibaly out, you got to be able to get that win. But for a Division I basketball team to play 40 minutes in the conference tournament and not be able to score 40 points is concerning.
That's crazy.
That's concerning.
That's a high school score. No disrespect to the high school ballers out there.
It's looking a little junior highish, but never mind. So there's that. But I guess my concern now is just like, okay, Joni, now that I know that I've heard that you're safe. What is the plan? What is the plan? Who are you recruiting? Yeah, well, who are you recruiting? Who are you getting out of the transfer portal? What is your NIL budget? Let's start there. What is your NIL budget, and then let's go from there to see what you can bring in. Because there should be some talent available. From probably not so much recruit now. Like the bigger names are probably signed for the most part now, right? Couple out there left. I don't know if she could swing a Chavez. I don't know where Chavez will end up. I'm here in Texas Tech. I know that they saying Patrick Mahomes has, is going to like fund some NIL stuff at Texas Tech, maybe to give them some, a budget there. So I don't know.
She needs her team.
She's probably going to have to hit the transfer portal.
I think her team is going to be like, and again, no disrespect to any of the players that's in there. she's going to get those. I'm going to say second tier portal players. She's not going to get the premier ones.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm serious. She's going to get the players.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't make it sound like she's gonna get the Bokeem Woodbines of the portal. I ain't got.
Look, that's what she's
I
going
ain't
to
got
do.
time.
She's going to get the player. Okay, she's going to get them players in the portal where it's almost like maybe a good addition, but that attitude or they really don't have a left hand or they don't really. Those are players she's gonna get. She's gonna have to make it work.
No.
What else she gonna do? Is she gonna recruit in Texas?
I don't know where she's gonna recruit. Maybe she's gonna have to go international. I don't know where she recruits.
There's a point. There's a point.
I don't know. I don't know where she recruits, but if her NIL money is limited because they don't put money in women's basketball,
exactly.
She may need to look internationally where I don't know if you can really spend NIL right now.
That's
right? But like point. She has to land something that's going to be able to be competitive in the SEC. Like
international is a good point. That's a great perspective. I like that.
I mean, what other thing about that is that like you were just in the Olympics, so you were just in France. Who did you meet?
That's a great point.
Hey, ask them if they want to play. If they want to play on your team in French, Mister. I speak French. Can you do it this early in the morning? Yeah.
Donc, nous avons une name. C'est peut-être tu as joué avec notre équipe. I said, do you want to play?
That's what I'm talking about. You are so funny. But that's good. Hey, that's good. This is why you the coach. So check it out. Let's talk about your team. Let's talk about your team. How are you feeling about Flau'jae being shut down for the tournament? What are your thoughts about that? What are your thoughts? I've given my thoughts. If you don't know, I'll tell you, or you can give yours, and then I'll tell you my thoughts after.
Here's my thoughts. My first thought is, I think that this should have happened much sooner. It explains a lot about some of the games where I was like, what are you doing? What's going on? Why are you what? How are you getting worked? How are you missing, these shots? It lets me know. I want to say at least 5 to 6. It should have probably happened 5 to 6 games earlier. I also think that this is going to be interesting, and I don't know if you said this or not. This could be an opportunity for LSU to grow with the other players that are there, that are coming off the bench. You can get Dave Wilson can get some more burn because Dave Wilson's been kind of, I don't know. I like the usage rate of Dave Wilson to a certain extent, but it's almost like I look at some of the games, the more competitive games, and I'm like, why did you put her in here in this game? And in the games where it was like lesser competition, she wasn't even getting clocked like that. Like, what are we doing? And you're surprised that she's not making solid decisions with the ball. But anyway, I digress. I think they're forced to try to get Jersey some playing time. They're forced to do that in this situation. Looking at let me look at my brackets, who I had them. Okay, looking at their brackets, the way I have them playing is they're going to play the dreaded Alabama first game, who they just got popped by not too long ago. Clearly what stuck out in that game was you had no size. I think you're going to see a shift, and you're going to see Samaya play some more, and I think you're going to have some Jersey sightings. Because that's the only thing they can do at this point. Like the small ball, we know we can play small ball, but that obviously didn't work against Alabama. It didn't work. You had to do something on the board. Somebody had to help them out. But the overall feeling of this is, let's try to have her as healthy as possible. I still don't think she's going to be 100% when the tournament starts. But I think Mulkey's saying, hey, you know what? I'd rather have 85% than 50%. I really think Flaw was playing on one leg for a significant amount of games. My only concern about this is how burnt out Morrow is going to be if, according to my bracket, if they make it to that game versus Texas. That's, they beat Alabama, move on to Texas. will Morrow burn herself out? Because right now, if Jersey, and again, I know that's asking a lot, or Samaya can't even combine for 10 rebounds or some quality minutes on the boards, it's going to be a repeat of the first game. It's going to be all Morrow trying to get double, and and out of her comfort zone, which is trying to, in my opinion, score a little too much down there with some people that are just flat out bigger than you. That's just what it is. So I'm concerned. I'm concerned about if this doesn't work, meaning with the morale of the rest of the team that's there, carrying on into the tournament. First 2 rounds, now not worried. But when we get into them rounds of like with that Sweet 16, this could be a major concern because Flaw has to be 100% or close to it. That's my thoughts on it.
Okay, yeah. I mean, so if you believe what Moki is saying, right? Moki said can't be more than the 3 because 1 and 2 is already taken. So no need to make a push to try to do anything there. And then Moki said that the conference tournament is for Cinderellas. I've done enough. We've done enough as a team to host the 2 games that we want to host at home, and then we'll go play wherever we have to play. So now you have this tournament, and for the guards that play behind Flage, it's a great chance for you to show that you can be the ones to fill in and get some experience to help in March. That's the only thing I can think of to try to gain some.
Hey, let me jump in just 2 seconds. I'm sorry. Please, just give me 2 seconds. What you just said.
Yeah.
That's cap, Moki. We're not trying to hear this. And again, I'm an LSU fan. You got to stop moving the goalposts from the nonsense of the snow and not making it to South Carolina. Now you're talking about the tournaments only for Cinderellas. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. Because
Monkey say it's a Cinderella.
You don't tell me nowhere in women's college basketball that it doesn't mean a lot for you to say you are regular and tournament SEC champs. We're not doing that. Don't do that. It's for what you mean.
Monkey says. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you looked at the team and said, we're not going to win this thing, but I need to try to get them ready. I need to try to sharpen some irons real quick, and I need for you to try to get healthy. It's the best option she got.
We'll talk about your team. You don't have to talk about the whole tournament. Talk about this for Cinderella.
Chestnut checkers. She needs you to read in between the lines too. So you just think it's just Flage needs to get healthy.
Well, again, I think this is kind of the perfect storm. I thought Moki would say something to the effect of, I heard what she said about the guards need more play, but this is a great opportunity for those guards to grow. Is it a short sample size? Yes, it is. But it's the closest to tournament simulation that you'll have in the SEC tournament. I'll go on record to say it's probably tougher competition that you're going to play from the first 2 rounds. If you playing Alabama, which I pick in my bracket, if you playing Alabama your first game, that's one of the toughest games you're going to play in the first 2 rounds of the NCAA tournament. You telling me that's not important for you to get ready?
Sure it is.
So don't come in here talking about this for Cinderellas or that you can't. That's corny to me. So I think you use this as a situation to help them grow. So to answer your question, I think that if you can find lightning in the bottle with a couple more players, not sure what's still going on with Last Tier Poe. I know you and the chat fan may be tired of me saying her name, but I like Last Tier.
She just played a great deal in the last game, didn't she?
Yeah, but I'm wondering, what is this off and on? Is hot and cold? I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know. But I think we need Last Tier for the SEC tournament and the big tournament because Last Tier has the experience and she got a ring. She know how to play. She knows she's been here before. So it's like she needs to play. So I don't know. That's my thoughts on it. You can minimize the tournament all you want. This is big because the SEC, I'm looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. SEC might have 5 teams in the Sweet 16. Easy.
Here's the thing, though, and I know you say that it's a big deal, but you got to understand from her perspective, she didn't need to win the tournament to win the national championship the last time. So when she looks at what worked for her, she didn't need to win the tourney to win the national championship. So she may really look at it like, I don't need that. I need them to get sharpened, and I need her to get healthy.
But ain't that almost like? Ain't that kind of like you're in the 3-point contest and you get washed, you get 9 points. You say, "Well, I'm only going to shoot them when they count."
If you say that after you shoot, yes. If you come into it and say, "Hey, I know I didn't have a chance to be number one or two. I didn't have a chance to be number one or two. I shut Flage down because I didn't have a chance to be one or two. We hadn't done enough to do that. I shut her down for that. It's a conference tournament. I'm not making a run at that. That's basically
Yeah,
what she's saying.
right. You're right.
I'm not make we're not gonna make a run at it. We're gonna play as much as we can, and then we're let the chips fall wherever they may, and try to be as healthy and as ready as we can be for when national championship time is on the line. Because she said that at the beginning, I'll take that. Now, if she'd have lost and been like, well, Flage shin was inflamed and, well, we couldn't win anyway, then I'd be looking at her side eye like, man, I don't want to hear that. But
Yeah.
that's what you said at the beginning. Now, what some LSU fans said in earlier chats was that this is her MO. She's done this before.
Mm-hmm.
She always kind of sets up a soft landing for it if it doesn't go right. I don't know. I don't keep up enough with it. Potentially, that's the case, but I can see where. Well, here's the other thing. I had asked people before she said this: is it possible LSU feels like they can't be more than three, and they've checked out until it's time for the big dance? I had already asked that question,
Yeah.
and everybody was like, no. So to hear her say it, then it was like, well, that's what I thought too. Looked to me like everybody was like, we're not going to win here.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what it looks like. I mean, that's what it looks like. I mean, so look, here's what I'm looking at. If now this is going to let us know if what Moki's saying is true. Moki, if Moki parades out there and just work with me, y'all. If she says, okay, here's my starting five for this game, I'm gonna have Morrow, Michaela, Gilbert, Samaya, and Dave Wilson. Okay, probably the regular, with the exception of Flo. But then 5 minutes in, whatever, she bring in Miracle. She bring in last year. She bring in Jersey, and they start playing. She even bring in. We even see a Rosario sighting. Then what she's saying is absolutely genuine. That's what I'm going to be looking for in the first game of the SEC tournament. I'm looking at rotations.
Okay, yeah, rotations. Looking at rotations are fine, but I think that she's trying to build trust up to a certain extent. Do you expect 80? Do you expect Del Rosario to play a lot in the March Madness tournament?
No, but what I'm saying is, and I'm not going to say your theory because that's not your theory. You're going based off of what Monkey said and what based off.
Well,
of
I had already asked that question before. Yeah. I had asked the question earlier.
But
right?
based off of what she said and how she's handling this, in my opinion, I think it's going to be okay. Let's experiment. Go get you some clout. Go out here and play. Because it's almost like, well, if it's I don't care about this tournament, then it's like, okay, well, let's see. Go ahead and get you some burn. Let's see what you can do out here.
But not that I don't care about this tournament. I don't need to win this tournament. Strategically, it does. Here's the thing. Here's the other thing. If Moki is saying, look, I got 7 that I can count on right now, and maybe I'm trying to stretch it to 8 or 9. There's no reason for me to waste 7. My 7. But I'm saying, hear me out. There's no reason for me to waste my 7 in a tournament that I don't need to win. I don't need to win this tournament for what I need to do. I've already put my team through everything that they needed to do to be able to have home court advantage in the first 2 rounds at the PMAC. I need to fill the PMAC up and get my team started in March Madness with a boost. So no, the people, the ones that can play, the ones that I think may be able to get some run, these rotations that you think that she may want to see, the teams that she gets a chance, whatever, however many teams they're able to beat. Because like I said, healthy, I had them beating any team in the SEC except for us. So we'll see. We'll see how far they can go, and that part doesn't matter. But to be able to give your team that opportunity to kind of sharpen some iron, kind of build in some extra rest, kind of load manage to be able to be ready for when you try to raise a banner, the big banner. I'm okay with that.
Well, see, you know what though, Says? I think we're saying the same thing in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm being sarcastic when I say, "Oh, it don't mean nothing." I really do think. Now, do I think Rosario will get major burn? No, I don't. But I think this is a great opportunity to say, "Look, Alabama dominated down low. That's why we lost that game.
Okay.
Why not? Let's see what you can do in there with some. I would love to see her and Samaya in there together. Just see what they can do. Hey, you might find something. I don't know. Like, do they practice together? Do they, do we know? Do they do anything like? Because I've seen Samaya, although not really in a whole lot of control, go off the dribble against somebody. It's not a consistent thing, but it's like I would love to see mix it up. Put Jersey in there with Samaya. See what happens. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like just see. So let me reword what I said. I was being sarcastic about I don't care. I'm looking at it like this is an opportunity. Get the bigs in there, and what better team to play against than a team that thumped you down low? I mean, you can't play South Carolina again because that's what happened in that game too. The hustle and the down low is what killed us. So let's look at them playing against Alabama. If Alabama beat Florida, we ain't even talk about that yet, and then we'll see. I would love to see some rotations of some players that we normally don't see, with hopes of, hey, here's what we didn't talk about, Seth. What about this? And I hope I'm wrong. Tournament might start. Flaw might say, "No, I ain't ready. I'm not ready. I'm still hurting, Coach. No, or at
She
least for the
could.
first game.
I
Game,
mean,
I'm not ready."
she could, but Flau'jae was standing up like, she was going to do the Forrest Gump run out the booth on the sideline when the game got close and it was time to close. Like Flau'jae, it seemed like it's killing Big Four not to play. But here the other thing is, yeah, you can definitely get some run to get some. You can definitely get some run to get some bigs, like you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing. Part of this too is going to be about want to, right? Especially for kids, for players who haven't had an opportunity to, right?
Yes.
Because now you want me to do it now? Some of them may not even have the confidence that they need in themselves to be able to do it now, right? So part of this is going to be about who wants to. I don't want to say scared, but for lack of a better word, who's not scared? Like who wants to take this stretch opportunity to show who you are?
Right.
Who are you?
Right.
Some will step up, and some will be like, nah. We'll see. We'll keep building. I'm gonna keep trusting the process the way it is. So we're gonna see who steps up. Who steps up for the opportunity? I'm not gonna necessarily say challenge. I'm gonna say there's an opportunity for a guard or two to step up at LSU to say, hey, you can also count on me too, Coach Moki. So let's see what happens.
Right. Good point.
Let's see what happens.
I see you, Dream Chase. Hey, Groovy Faye, what's happening? Yes.
What up? Small's the one. What's happening?
And Dream Chase, you look like you talk. I think you talking about when I said Daryl Rosario. Yeah, I agree. Throw her in. I mean, we've been getting killed in the paint. So, I mean, at least try it out. I mean, that's just my thoughts. I don't know. So thanks for that. And I will, everybody. I was kindly reminded to take my LSU to the tree. That will happen, okay? They will go to the tree.
They ain't going by themselves. They ain't going by themselves. But I see, and then I want to say this too. I see that the Ole Miss men won. And they stormed that court. The Ole Miss basketball teams are going to be on a boost. They feel like they're playing great basketball. Ole Miss men beat Tennessee in Ole Miss. The Ole Miss women beat LSU in the PMAC. They're going to be on a boost. They listen in their mind, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but they're better in their mind. They're better than they really are. They think they're better than they really are right now.
That's what we've been talking about. That's the same thing you said with Monkey. She got to try to plant them seeds in somebody's head. Hey, you can rebound.
Yeah, I mean, so it's good. It's going to be interesting.
Jersey, you're 6'4". You can rebound. Look at your arms.
Yeah, go rebound now.
I do have one surprise. Can I shift up for one second?
Yeah, sure.
I don't know about anybody else. I was surprised how Iowa handled Wisconsin.
Why?
I was surprised by it. They look. Okay, here's the thing. I watch Big Ten. I watch Big Ten. I mean, not that I don't watch anybody else, but I wouldn't want to play Iowa in the tournament because you have no idea who's going to show up.
Well, here's how I'm describing Iowa. Iowa can't be a Cinderella because we know about them. They've been to the national championship twice, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they can sure be an evil stepmother. Oh my gosh, they can turn that carriage into a pumpkin quick. Do you hear me?
I just came from Disney, so that's really funny.
Do you hear me? You know, hey.
So
Listen.
yeah.
Look, Tinkerbell flies at 11. No, she don't today. Do you hear me? Listen, kill the club on it. Kill the club on it. Because here, I've been joking, but I'm serious. I had to give Iowa their respect because I told y'all, I was telling y'all it was gonna be talent shows and pop ups up there. It was gonna be a daycare in the Iowa gym. No, and Stokey, I said Stokey should have got out of there. Stokey stayed. Stokey plays big. Stokey plays bigger than she is. She has great experience playing against some really solid bigs over her career. They have great chemistry. They have experience. They know how to get to a national championship.
What's your
They
thought?
know how to get to a national championship. And then they brought this Lucy Olsen in. They got Lucy Olsen out there. People don't know how to guard Lucy Olsen. When Lucy Olsen start going off, I'll be in the chat going, Jordan. They can be having
Yeah,
Lucy Olsen out there looking like Jordan.
that's what I was going to say.
I'm
What's
like,
your thoughts on Lucy Olsen?
it's Lucy Jordan Olsen. I don't know what the heck. Listen,
It's the knee pads. It's the knee braces.
I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Dream is
I have no idea. What they got going on. Lucy Jordan Olsen is like, y'all can't stop me. So she has these moments where she goes off, and then you have Stokey playing just really really big. They play good basketball right now.
Yeah, it's like, so what are they projected as? Are they like a 5 or a 6 seed, something like that? Because that's a nasty seed. That's
no
a
idea.
nasty seed.
I have no idea because I haven't been I haven't really been keeping up with them. But
I wouldn't want to play them.
But I also gave him a chance to beat UCLA. I definitely gave him a chance to beat UCLA. So
Olsen had 19 their last night. She had 19.
Yeah, but she's been hooping.
Yeah,
like she came in and fit right into the system, and like Bluter's not there, but Bluter's there. Like Bluter's in the house every game. Seem like she's sitting courtside almost.
Yeah,
really enjoying what they're doing. So, I don't know. I don't remember the coach's name that took over for Bluter, but I mean, really having a successful year. Definitely seemed like she was better prepared and left with. I don't know if it's. I don't want to say better prepared to transition than who is that? Kate Pay, is that Kate Pay out there in Stanford?
Yeah,
it's really. Maybe, but it's looking like maybe for next year for Kate. But yeah, this Stanford it didn't translate so well. But then again, it's still you're still a rookie coach, and you got Nunu
always trolling.
man, yeah, I got to get a clip.
No,
nobody know where you at.
But no, so thanks for that though, Cess. Because so we're gonna have our picks. I know for the tournament. That's one of the teams where I'm like, and let me be clear, I'm not an Iowa fan, no disrespect, but they're one of those teams. If they had that nasty, I call it nasty. There are 3 nasty seeds in the world of Coach Ro: 5, 6, and 7. Those are nasty seeds to me because traditionally 5 is always dangerous with 12. 6 is always a dangerous game with 11, and 7 is always a very entertaining game with number 10. That's just, and it'll be interesting to see which region Iowa ends up in. See, the training wheels are off now. See, I was used to being put in regions where, okay, you want some cake? Ooh, you want some pudding? Want some sprinkles on that? Where they gonna put them? You see,
Iowa?
Yeah.
Who, Iowa? Shit.
Yeah.
Iowa went. Go back and look. Iowa went through a gauntlet to get to the championship game last year. What ended up happening with Iowa, they ended up, I believe, with the most difficult path because the media was so determined to make sure that it didn't look like they had given Iowa an easy path to the championship, right? An easy
Yeah,
path back. Like they wanted them to earn it, so they had to. Some things had to go their way, and it always has to happen, even for you to just make a championship game. But I mean, they got back there.
couple more says. And
What you got?
I know this brought Stanford, get out of here.
Come on, don't do that. Come on, Nunu got some help coming. Nunu got some help coming. I need Nunu and Lulu to fight back now. Fight back. I think Stanford. So I don't think Stanford. I think Stanford is done. I think that I don't. I
Yeah,
don't believe that they. I don't believe that they are going to make the cut.
yeah, they done.
Yeah,
Clemson put up 63 on you. They beat you by 17 points. Are you kidding me right now? Really?
well, so Clemson plays Louisville tomorrow. So I'm looking for them to be finished too.
That's going to be a very low scoring game. I think that
It's going to be fun.
yeah, I think the Cardinals are going to pull that out. And then I thought about you yesterday, Sess, when I was watching that Florida Auburn game. Florida shows flashes. They have flashes of doing some things. I just haven't really figured out who they are. It's almost like they have too many ball dominant guards, and they miss a lot of layups. They missed a lot of layups in Florida. I was like, it was a couple backdoor plays they had wide open, missed a layup. I'm like, what are you doing? Do y'all practice that? Do y'all practice that? Like when y'all practice, are y'all practicing layups? I don't know. And Kansas, you can get out of there too. Texas Tech took care of y'all. But I'm looking forward to today. What's your thoughts on that Tennessee Vanderbilt game?
I got Vanderbilt right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. You said that quick.
Well, here's the thing. I got to stick with my bracket, and I took Vanderbilt with the thought that Talasia Cooper might not have been ready to play. Right? I didn't expect Talasia Cooper ready to play because she had went out with the injury earlier, so I wasn't expecting Talasia to play. And then, to be quite honest, like Tennessee's 3-ball hasn't traveled. Like I don't know if he gets stuck at the baggage check or TSA or whatever. Like it made it to South Carolina though. So
I just found out about that. You can pay the extra $75 to get through the line quicker. I'm not
to do the clear. Yeah, you like clear. I'm going to clear away. Clear me.
Well, look though. So you know my theory on this. I picked Tennessee because again, and I know often I'm wrong, but this is just what I roll with. When you have somebody that's one person that's that good on your team and you can scheme for that one player, I'm going to favor the team that has more offensive options than that one player. So that's why I got Tennessee. Because to me, you throw Tennessee has enough bodies to throw at Michaela to make life difficult for her. I would have to look back and see what didn't they play this year already? I don't know what the outcome was. I don't know if anybody in the chat knows.
Well, the other thing though too is
yeah,
Tennessee and Vandy are a rival game. Like they're same state rival. So I think it was like a 2-point game last time. Like it was almost like a pick 'em last time when they played last time. I thought. Let me see.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see who won that game. I want to say Tennessee eat them.
It looked like Vandy won by 1 point. Is that right?
Is that the one where Michaela had like 30 points?
January 19th. It looks like it's the game I'm looking at. I don't know if that was the last game they played. That's what I got. Looked like Blake's only went for like 23. Camille Pierre went for 21. Ayana Moore went for 23. See, so the thing about Vanderbilt is Vanderbilt has their core three.
Yeah.
Right? They have their core three. It's just who steps up to help them.
Right.
And they're a young core three. They're a young core three compared to Tennessee's gonna have a lot of experience, but they gonna have to be able to stop. They're gonna have to be able to stop this Blake's kid. The thing about Tennessee is if you break the press, they don't recover and defend well. It could be a layup line.
Thank you.
What
did we say earlier, Seth? What did we say earlier? That press looked real mortal when you can score on it.
Yeah, so it could be a layup line or it could be a long day. You know what I mean? It just depends on who shows up to play. The other thing though too is that like Vanderbilt is gonna be fresh and Tennessee's gonna now we're gonna see conditioning, and now we're really gonna see conditioning because You guys go 5 in, 5 out, 5 in, 5 out, 5 in, 5 out. Now you just did that yesterday. Are you ready to do it today? Because you haven't really had to do that yet. So we can already find out who's in shape, pretenders and contenders. We should find
Even
out right now.
though Tennessee likes to run, I look for Tennessee to have a steady dose of feeding the post, feeding the post, feeding the post, feeding the post. Because I don't think, like you said, with the big three over at Vandy, that they can keep that pace. You don't want to come down and like you said, their three ball doesn't travel. I think they're going to like do a lot of. I'm looking for a similar scheme that they played against LSU when they almost beat us.
Mm-hmm.
They had a great game plan. It's just that when it was time for them to make the outside shot, when we finally figured out to throw two people at the post, they couldn't make the shot. And that's how they lost the game. So I look for that same type of scheme today against Vanderbilt. Steady dose of like down low. And that's another thing. Vandy cannot afford for any of that, either of their big three to get in foul trouble. I look for them to attack them, don't, down low. So another game I'm gonna be looking at, Washington, Michigan. Michigan's another team. There's a couple. See, here's the thing. There's some Big Ten teams that are like, when you see them in the round of 32, would you say, Seth, who are you? So some of these teams are gonna be like,
who are you?
Yeah, some of these teams are like, yeah, are you gonna be? Because it's like when you have conferences like, okay, let's be clear, SEC is the most dominant.
Mm-hmm.
You have a conference like the Big Ten when they beat up on each other so much. When they play other teams, they look much better because it's like you don't see them that much. You kind of know the game they're bringing on camera, on film, but it's different when you have to play them, real speed, in the tournament. So I think with Swords coming back, Michigan, I think Michigan's one of them teams is going, and I look for them to take care of Washington. The game's going to be closer than I think it should be, but I look for them to take care of Washington.
Washington surprised me. I did not have Washington busting my bracket up. I didn't have Washington moving ahead. But Sellers, the Sellers kid there in Washington.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like the aggressiveness. I think she had a pretty well-rounded game.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. I know that like Michigan, same thing, young team, but should be way more experienced now. I expected a little bit more out of Michigan the way that they showed up and played us in the beginning of the season, but again, freshmen. And I think they were starting 3 freshmen. They were starting 3 freshmen.
Mm-hmm.
They corrected me the other night. So it should be a good game. I didn't go with the Huskies, so they got my bracket, but MJ was like, "Oh nah, Washington, they're gonna get them." So it's gonna be interesting to see what they do. Some good games, like you said, some good games coming up.
Well,
both
I was going home.
Ranked and unranked.
I will going home. I will play Michigan State. Michigan State gonna beat them.
We gonna see.
Yeah, they gonna beat them.
See, we gonna see. The thing about Michigan State. The thing about Michigan State, the thing about Iowa is, remember, like I said, they have a chemistry and an experience that Michigan State don't.
But Michigan State has enough bodies to throw at Olsen. Now, I look for Stokey to have a bigger game tonight.
We'll see. I don't know. I don't watch a lot of Big Ten, but what I do know is I believe Iowa is the defending Big Ten champions. Big Ten tournament champions.
State's bigs like to step out and shoot a little bit. So that kind of plays to Iowa's favor a little bit. That's why I say Stokey will have like a
Michigan State beat Michigan and lost to Michigan. And I mean, I'm supposed to go with State. I mean, I'm a Sparty type, my Sparty family, but I don't know. Sellers is something special. So we shall see. We shall see.
Yeah, we shall see.
Yeah, that's where we at with that one. We shall see on that one.
Those some good games, I think. And there's some teams that's like some of these teams are really playing for their seeding right now. This Big Ten, it could be a bit of a log jam in the seedings. I think the only 2 standouts in the Big Ten that are going to have top seeds will be USC and UCLA. But other than that, everybody else, they playing for seeds right now.
Definitely playing for seeds.
There can be some movement. Yeah.
Then we got Indiana and Oregon's gonna play. Let me see what that's about.
Yeah, you got Nebraska, Illinois too, which is
That could be. It could, depending on which Illinois team shows up, it could be a really interesting game. Could be, it could be a snoozer.
yeah, it could be. Then you got Arizona State, Iowa State. That's another one where I'm like, yeah, I don't know.
I know chemistry is key. I believe in chemistry, Dream Chaser.
Yeah,
Yeah, chemistry and experience. I believe in that.
I
That
haven't.
Ole Miss Mississippi State game is gonna be a good game. I'm looking forward to that one. That Ole Miss Mississippi State game is gonna be a good game. Ole Miss, like I said, is on a boost. They're on a boost from winning that game, and then seeing the men win, and the court gets stormed, and being able to watch all of that. Audie Crooks in action. Iowa State against Arizona State. I don't even remember if I picked that game or what I picked.
Yeah, I mean, no disrespect. I
for
didn't
that
care.
one.
I didn't care about them.
So in Baton Rouge, Alabama State and Southern. Who do you got? Who do you got? Women.
I mean, I'm going with Alabama State. Alma mater. I'm going with Alabama State.
If you go hard over head for sure. We want to see.
I mean, it's in Baton Rouge too, so it's like
You want to see the Hornets win, but
there you go.
Southern is 14-2 in the SWAC. We are 4-12 in the SWAC. Alabama State that is my HBCU, but I think Southern might get us tomorrow. Southern might get us today. I mean,
well, I think Southern might get an at-large, right, because of their record.
Are they number one in the SWAC though? I don't know if they're number one in the SWAC. That I don't know. I don't know if somebody's better than them in the SWAC.
We got to get down there, Seth. Check out our alma mater one of these days.
We
gotta get down.
Got to get down there.
You know what I missed though? So for those in the chat that don't know, we're in Michigan. They used to have a nice little connection where they would have. They played Detroit Mercy. It was like a series going on. They just stopped abruptly. I don't know what happened with that. I caught a couple of those games.
I don't think they re-signed him. You talking about the football game?
No, I'm talking about basketball. I went and saw the men's play. They played Mercy like 2 years in a row. UD Mercy. I went to those games. It was some years back, but I'm like, man, they should. I believe Alabama. Really, Tiff Brown. So, okay. So here's what I'll say about Alabama. I have LSU beating them if Alabama beats Florida, which I expect them to do. But if Alabama were to pull off, and I'm going to still say an upset without flaw, I don't see them beating Texas at all. I don't think they could beat Texas or Ole Miss. I just don't, depending on with those two games. But I fully expect Texas to move on past Ole Miss if it plays out where Ole Miss beats Mississippi State tonight. So I don't know. I mean, are they really a sleeper? I mean, Alabama, they proved they can contend. What would you say, Seth? They're about what? 5th in the SEC?
6th.
6? Okay. Who you got before them at 5?
I mean, that's just where they're ranked.
Oh no, yeah. I mean, I'm just talking about like, yeah, I know they 6. I'm just saying like, who they got ahead of them? Who they got ahead of them? They got
they probably like 5, 6, 7. I don't know. Like, when I look at Alabama, like, okay, listen, they lost to Cal, they lost to Texas, they lost to South Carolina, they lost to Vanderbilt, they lost to Kentucky, they lost to Tennessee, they lost to Oklahoma. Sleeper, I don't know. I'm probably tucked in on them. I'm probably tucked in on them. They have a core 3, but they don't have any. They don't have the depth they need. That I think it takes to win in this tournament. If Sarah Ashley Barker gets going, she's definitely a scorer.
yeah.
Essence and Green have played well, but yeah, no, I don't have them as a sleeper.
Hey, Tiff Brown, watch your mouth. No, I'm just kidding. So here's the thing. If Aaliyah has another, I'm going to say out-of-body experience and drop 26, 28 points, yeah, it could be a long night for LSU. Because there was no answer for her. But like I said, that wasn't the reason why LSU lost that game. LSU lost that game.
But Nye did the same thing that she did the year before.
Yeah, I know.
So
I still don't think that was the reason why LSU lost that game. They lost that game on the boards. Alabama had way too many second chance points in that game. I mean, just way too many. It was like they was out there
Well,
playing.
I think really, honestly, like the difference that we're seeing, and I think it was really, really underrated, is that the difference in LSU this year is Angel Reese.
Absolutely, and you got to have Angel Reese.
That is the difference. Uh, yeah, LSU definitely has a core three as well, but they not even playing their core three. They got a core two right now. Um, we wouldn't be surprised if Alabama beat them again.
Well, I mean, they have some.
I mean, Moki has already said that she's not serious about this tournament. Like they're not playing to win. It is in as many words as she could say without getting in trouble. I know you gotta get ready to get out of here, Coach. Let's get ready to get out of here.
Just facing the right way.
There you go.
All right, y'all. So this is,
they've been looking for you. They've been looking for you. Looking for you. Looking for you.
You all know I duck no hookah, so I need to get some
no smoke, baby.
Come on,
Come on.
LSU coming in. Flaw. She got her walking boot on. Come on.
Oh man.
Are you coming to the tree? They strung up a man who they say murdered 3. Strange things happen. No stranger would it be if we met at midnight in a hanging tree. Are you coming to the tree where dead man caught up for his love to flee? Strange things happen. No stranger would it be if we met at midnight in that hanging tree.
Too.
Are you coming to the tree? Come on, LSU. Are you?
Take them to the tree. You'll never duck no smoke. You'll never duck no smoke, Coach.
I won't do it.
We did not get to talk rival real quick before we get out of here. Let's get your picks. I see that the Angel and the Rose are in second place, securely in second place right now.
Really?
Yeah. You better get caught up with them. So coming up tomorrow night, Laces Phantom. Laces have all of their players back. Laces Phantom. Who you got?
Laces.
Rose Lunar Owls. Gonna be a good one. Rose Lunar Owls.
Lunar Owls.
All right, we heard it here. Y'all know what it is. We appreciate y'all pulling up. It's your first time here. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. If you did not hit the like on the way in, run them likes up on the way out. Who is buying me a Coca-Cola to start the day? Who buying me a Coca-Cola to start the day? Hit the Cash App. We appreciate y'all. Y'all, it's day 2 of the conference tournament. You never know who's going to pop up. I'll be back for the games. Until next time. Y'all know what it is. Stay tuned. Talk soon. We out.